In early 2022, people were paying $35,000 for a stainless steel Rolex watch. It was a mania, a speculative frenzy that seemed like it would never end, but it did. The Rolex Pepsi bubble didn't just leak, it popped, and it popped violently. Today we're showing you exactly how it happened, who got financially burned, and what the new, brutal reality of the Rolex market looks like. If you appreciate a clear look behind the curtain of the luxury world, like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. The Rolex GMT-Master wasn't born a status symbol, it was a tool. In 1954, Rolex developed it with Pan American Airways for pilots on long-haul flights. They needed to track multiple time zones, and Rolex delivered with an extra 24-hour hand and a rotating two-color bezel, the ring around the watch crystal to distinguish day from night in a second time zone. That red and blue bezel, nicknamed the Pepsi, became an icon, a symbol of the glamorous jet age. So how did a pilot's tool watch become a speculative asset? It started with a carefully engineered illusion of scarcity. Rolex makes around 1 million watches a year, yet you can't buy a steel Pepsi at a store. This isn't an accident, it's a strategy. The gatekeepers are the authorized dealers who use opaque VIP lists to decide who gets a watch. There's no waiting list. To even be considered, you're often expected to spend tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on less desirable items like jewelry or gold watches. It's a system that reserves the best pieces for the higher spending clients, pushing everyone else into the grey market where prices are dictated by hype. Then social media poured gasoline on the fire. Platforms like Instagram turned the Pepsi into the ultimate symbol of having made it. This viral loop of desire, combined with a post-pandemic flood of easy money, brought in a new type of buyer, the speculator. These weren't collectors, they were flippers who saw a chance for quick, massive profits, treating these watches like crypto or stocks. And for a while they were right. The numbers tell a stunning story. In 2020, the Pepsi was trading for around $18,000. By the end of 2021, it hit $28,000. At its peak in early 2022, the price reached an insane $35,000, a premium of over 215% above its retail price. The market had completely detached from reality. Then came the pop. It was driven first by the end of free money. As central banks raised interest rates to fight inflation, the speculative cash dried up. The crypto market collapsed, taking a huge source of luxury spending with it. But Rolex itself threw a punch. In late 2022, the brand launched its own certified pre-owned program. This was a direct assault on the grey market, allowing Rolex to recapture revenue and control the narrative while forcing independent dealers to compete on price. Rolex also announced plans for a massive new production facility, signaling to speculators that the extreme scarcity wouldn't last forever. The psychological shift was immediate. Fear of missing out turned into buyer's remorse. The flippers rushed for the exits, amplifying the crash. For those who bought at the peak, the losses were devastating. One story from an online forum tells of a buyer who paid 28,000 Singapore dollars for a similar GMT-Master, only to see its value plummet to just 16,000 by 2025. A devastating 5-figure loss. This is not financial advice, but it's a brutal lesson in speculation. So where does that leave us in 2025? The speculative frenzy is over. The market has stabilized at a new, more sustainable floor of around $23,000. But let's be clear, while the peak is gone, the days of walking into a dealer and buying a steel Pepsi at its $11,100 retail price are over, and they are never coming back. The key takeaway is that the market underwent a necessary and healthy recalibration. The bubble's violent pop washed away the short-term speculators and returned the market to genuine collectors. The Pepsi's value is no longer defined by speculative mania, but by its enduring legacy, design, and engineering. The premium over retail is now a permanent feature of the market, reflecting a fundamental imbalance between supply and demand. Now that the speculative froth is gone, would you rather pay the 100% premium for a steel Pepsi today, or use that same $23,000 to buy a solid gold watch from a different top-tier brand? Tell us your choice in the comments.